Oh my God. Bitcoin is dead. Bitcoin is dead. There's nobody to save me. Bitcoin is dead. Bitcoin is dead. I can't buy the fucking dip again? Oh, what the fuck? Yo, crypto nation and mining family, what is going on? What is up? What is up? Man, have you guys seen it? We're under $16,000 per Bitcoin, guys. Bitcoin's on a fucking fire sale. I'm not telling you to buy anything, but I'll tell you what, who did buy, might have bought $100 worth at least. Put your goddamn hands down. Bitcoin's dead. What is going on, everybody? It is a fucking blood motherfucking bath out there. If you thought you were unprofitable fucking mining yesterday, today just made it fucking worse. I'm just saying, guys. I am just saying, guys. It's like with Bitcoin below 50. We're almost at 15.5, guys. We are still just cruising on down. So pull out your dip cards, boys. It's gonna get a little bumpy, I think. Will it hang out here? I think what we're doing is we are finding the bottom floor here, guys. There is a bunch of things that are culminating. It is the perfect fucking storm for finances. I'm just saying. This here is the absolute perfect fucking storm. It's like as everybody knows, we are just getting done with midterms. Everybody was predicting that it would be a red wave of Republicans going in. It looks like a lot of people have just held fast to the Democrats on this one. It looks like they enjoy socialism and the new flavor of communism. So obviously, inflationary spending will not stop. This may be a good thing for Bitcoin or a bad thing. Not sure how I want to look at this yet, but I can tell you right now that this has affected all the fucking markets, guys. Every market. S&P 500, just a little over 2 points down. NASDAQ 100, 2.27% down. The Dow Jones Industrial Average is almost 2% down. The Russell 200 that has ARK Investment and MicroStrategy in there, that is down 2.66%, guys. That is the one thing that has always kind of happened right around midterms. Whenever the elections happen, you usually get really nasty chop in the markets historically. So it is not uncommon to sit there and actually see that the markets really just have a pretty significant pullback around any kind of big election cycles. So anytime that we're in a midterm, anytime that there's a presidential run, the markets kind of flatline a little bit. As soon as it happens, it tanks. There's a little bit of arbitrage and then bounces back. So how long is it going to take, guys, for everything to bounce back? Bro, it ain't going to take no time. This is just market people having issues with the confidence of the market. We have signals from Jerome Powell that he is wanting to do more quantitative tightening. Even though every time they do a little quantitative tightening, it doesn't really so much affect us, me and you guys, from the consumer standpoint. It hits big corporations, which that affects us indirectly, and then it affects each country's ability to borrow dollars. Because you got to remember, everybody's trying to trade into dollars. Being a world reserve currency, everybody can safely transact through US dollars. And while these US dollars are pretty strong, usually other markets are down. And with that being said, guys, as you can see here, the dollar index is pretty strong. The dollar index is almost up 1 full point, guys. It doesn't really make much, it doesn't mean a whole lot to you guys from the standpoint of, hey, good, my dollar goes further today, right? But when you're inside the market, you don't even notice this 0.84%. It's when you're outside the market. That's when you start seeing, oh my Lord, I need to borrow $10,000 and now it's going to cost me 1% extra for that, for borrowing that, right? So now the borrowing rate is going to get a little bit higher because the dollar is so much stronger than other people's currencies. This makes big turmoil in all other markets, and this is why all markets are kind of interlinked to each other. So if Britain's market starts to fail, which it is, it should hit a few other markets for sure. There are, it depends on which companies are wrapped up into which funds. But whenever it comes down to your bigger countries starting to borrow dollars and it is getting more expensive, they start slowing down that consumption rate on there. And that's when you start seeing other people going, oh, this is bad. I'm going to try to offload my cheap assets into strong dollars. And when whenever it does its little flipping, you want to be out of. So for people who are trading, they would have already traded in, the smart money would have already traded back into dollars. So you would have seen me in the last couple of Wednesdays where I was talking that smart money was starting to offload and they were starting to sit in dollars. And I was like, why are you guys sitting in dollars? We all know that's the stupidest fucking play in the world, unless the arbitrage is higher than the potential downside. So what? They've been sitting in dollars for maybe a month? Do you think they lost more than 1% of value in 1 month? Well, let's do 1% of value plus these cheap ass assets. It's like, okay, let's say they lost 2%, right? The dollar goes up 1%. The asset that you're trying to buy back down into is down 2.5%. So now you are making 1.5% on your per dollar. So you're sending your dollars out and it's coming back with friends, but you would have had to have made this move before the market decided to tank. Now, smart money knows that, wealthy people would know that coming up to an election time, this is when you pull into dollars. So I saw the moment that they started pulling into dollars. I paid attention to this. I always do. So seeing that the Bitcoin price dropped too, not unreasonable, guys. You have a couple of bigger whales that said, you know what? I'm going to get these cheap dollars now. When it flips the other way, I'll buy back in later. We know that there's a few people that are there are grumblings of a few whales that are trying to get into the Bitcoin market. Is it being manipulated down for them? I highly fucking doubt it. Like I said, I think we are dealing with the absolute perfect storm. What up on the fence, Tech? Yo, what up? What up? What's going on, Sonia? What's going on? What's going on? I kind of just rolled right into this morning, right? Or this afternoon. What up, family mind? What up, Mikkel? Sitting there at work, sitting there replacing some fans at the Family Mine LLC, where you can get all your hosting needs and all your mining gear. We're going to be trying to set up stuff so that we can have mining gear and all that good stuff. But, shameless shill, shameless. That's the shameless of the shameless shills, So, like I said, I don't think that Bitcoin dropping 15.5% today is anything more than just the perfect storm. So we have people dropping out of Bitcoin, going into dollars. The strengthening dollar. It's a better move to go into stronger dollars wait for the assets to kind of plateau, find their new ground floor, and then you'll watch everybody jump back in, and you'll watch Bitcoin rebound back to 21,000 and maybe even further, depending on how much momentum it really gains on its upward rise. I think right now we are looking at a bear trap. If I had to take a guess at what I'm seeing here, this almost resembles the perfect bear trap. And the way that we're going to know that this is a bear trap. So basically, if, let me pull up. Bear trap trading. And let's get an image of this. All right, perfect. That is a great explanation here, and let's see if I can pull up this as a chart here. All right, cool. Perfect. So bear trap. So we were on an upward trend in price, and if you could see this little chart here, we were on an upward trend. We hit a plateau of about 21,000. We had a sharp reversal. And it's like I think this is a short-term sharp reversal. So we have just gone from 21,000 and we have dropped down to below 16,000. We're almost at 15.5, right? I think we're going to hit a certain point and it's going to flip and go the other way. We're going to see a sharp rally, a price reversal. Bearish traders lose their money. They get liquidated. The shorts have to now become buyers of Bitcoin. Once they become buyers, we get an extra rally going up, and we should recover at least to $20,000. That would be my shorter term play if I had to take a guess on this. This is an atypical bear trap. So usually coming out of a bear market, right, you'll have a little fake out rally. And you'll get a bunch of people excited, and it's going to do a little short-term correction. You're going to have a bunch of downward pressure on the market of people going, at this price, I sell. And you'll watch it come up, correct down, because now people are like, oh, it's time to sell. And there is enough buying pressure on the other side to make it rally. And when it rallies to a certain point, anyone that was shorting and they did not have stop losses on, like Jay the Weatherman from DCA Adventure always talks about, they get fucking liquidated on the way up. They become forced buyers. That's what people, when you're shorting the market, you're selling your Bitcoin. When you're, when you're long in the market, you're gonna sit there and you're selling Bitcoin now, and you'll buy back later, right? And then when you're shorting it, you're like, I'm gonna sell now and I'll buy back later down here. And if it doesn't shorten, it snaps the other direction. If it blows beyond, if the spread between where you're shorting at and where it actually starts moving up, if you don't have a stop loss to stop any kind of mitigated losses, it's gonna blow through, and then it's going to trigger that you now have to buy. Buy at market value, however much you tried shorting. And if you ain't got the money, you just bet the house. You just lost. This is why I don't recommend, playing the market with leverage. When you get leveraged out, it costs you. You have to be able to come up with that gambling fee at the end of the day. Proof of work all day, every day. Yeah. But like I was saying, this is the absolute perfect storm of an event that has been going on. So we have Celsius, right? Celsius is fucking imploding. And that's taking out the DeFi, that's going out with the DeFi market, and it's taking out the shitcoin market with it. So we have Celsius working against the network. We were just starting to get past that point of dealing with Celsius. Thank God, right? Market was going to recover from that. It looked like we were starting to have a rally behind it. Then we have the midterms. People would rather be in dollars during the midterms or during any major voting event. This way, if there's anything that happens within the market, it doesn't bother them. They're in dollars. Smart play. Okay, that's what wealthy people do. They make the smart plays. So they pull out in the dollars. They hang tight for a little bit, let the dust settle, and then they buy back in. Market comes back up. But then we have FTX. So Circle CEO Allier calls FTX crisis crypto's Lehman Brothers moment, guys. So if you guys are unfamiliar with the Lehman Brothers, they were a lending firm back in 2008. They were part of the subprime loan crisis. They leveraged up on subprime loans. They were doing the DeFi variation of playing the gambling market with loans. They basically hid. It's a whole scam. So in 2008, as the housing market was imploding, it caused Lehman Brothers to implode because it surfaced all the issues that Lehman Brothers was actually having. They hid $50 billion worth of loans. They said that they were no longer doing. They weren't. They were backing the loans up a little bit better. They were strategically being in a better position. They were actually just kind of playing the numbers, fudging the books a little bit. They were like, "Yo, nothing could happen. We're in a bull run. We're in a forever bull run." I just got a video to play. What are we talking about? We're talking about finances and how why it is that you're losing money right now in the market. Kind of just going over, instead of people, listening to all these different YouTubers that are, oh, it's this reason, oh, it's this reason, oh, it's this reason. These are fucking speculation. Here I have are things that are bringing in the perfect storm. There is no one cataclysmic event that is causing the whole market to crash. But they have an idea of all the different factors that are kind of spooling together to make the market come down in overall price. That's what we're trying to do today. So I'm just kind of giving you guys more information on, making better decisions with your investments. Do you hold tight? Is this a buying opportunity? Is this a selling opportunity? Well, fuck, I don't know. But I'm going to give you my tools, and then you can make that decision for yourself. That's basically how I look at it. This is like a little piece of my brain. One kettle twist, make a bet. The best advice I can say about that is when I'm wanting to lose, don't want to lose money in the market, but you need to do your own research and don't rely on anyone else. I agree with the last part to a point. Yes, don't rely on anyone else. But you want to take the concepts from somebody else that has made good decisions in the past. Not that you need to make the decisions that they're making, but you want to see the tools and the thought process behind the decisions that they make. It's just another tool in your arsenal. It's like you want to have the best arsenal in your backpack of being able to implement into investable goods or services, right? And that's what this is all about. So yes, don't rely on anyone else, but take what everybody else says with a grain of salt and go, okay, is this guy just bullshitting for views? Or is this guy just dropping knowledge that he has in his head, pure alpha out of his own head? This is how I look at the market. Not that this is how I want you to think of the market. This is the way that I look at it. I look at these things 2 or 3 times a week so that I can understand what's about to happen. And I have sat there and said, and in the last few times, is that I wonder what the market's going to be doing. I have been kind of hesitant on moving up to this, on doing any kind of price predictions, because it's whenever we come up to big voting events, it's so hard to tell which way the market's going to rip. But to see all the little different compounding events that have come on makes a whole lot more sense. Yeah, not financial advice. You know it, Tech Man. You know it, my man. So true. But like I was saying, CEO Alier, is looking at FTX crisis as the Lehman Brothers moment. So like I was saying, Lehman Brothers, they were sitting here giving out bad loans and then fucking over leveraging on it to the point where once the market shit itself, they had so much loans under management underneath them that they almost instantly imploded. And during that process, I believe, I could be wrong. My brain is telling me that it was JP Morgan that came in and bought out the Lehman Brothers assets. And then let Lehman Brothers themselves just collapse. Because they were basically, they restructured the loans going over, and it worked out for the better. It took out Lehman Brothers. It took out a lot of more, the restructuring in the loan market was really bad on there. I don't know how old some of you guys were. Some of you guys were kids when this happened. I was in my 20s when this happened. So I have a little bit of more of a memory of the whole Lehman Brothers crash. Now, if you're in your 40s like myself, you're going to remember this like it was yesterday, because it really wasn't that long ago. You're only talking 08. But I do know that there are some people that are, in their 20s now that do watch this too. And for you guys, you would have been a lot younger. So something that was being talked about, you would have heard this in talking with maybe your parents if they were, if they ever paid attention to it. I know my folks never paid attention to it. So I didn't know really too much about the Lehman Brothers. I just knew that about the 08 crash in the housing market, and houses became almost unattainable to new home buyers, right? It's like these things, people who I follow when it comes to currencies, happens to be yourself, what the markets can do with the whole DCA team, along with DJ Mines, Max Voltage, Son of a Tech, are the only ones. Thank you, Sonia. That means a lot. Crypto Craig, I remember it well. Yes, the whole 08 crash, guys. It's like I remember the scandal that was during the 08 crash of the Wall Street for Wells Fargo. Oh yeah, that was right before the whole 08 crash. So Wells Fargo got slapped with a multi-million-dollar fine by the government because they were basically taking loans out on people's houses, and then, oops, I forgot to pay them, and they foreclosed on people's houses, on people who never took out these bogus-ass fucking loans. And Wells Fargo made something like $20-some-odd million. Fucking the fine from the government was sub $10 million. They made millions off of foreclosing on people's houses. They destroyed lives, and they still got to keep their doors open. And they were protected by the U.S. government. Now for me, if I was the U.S. government, I would have been like, how much did you make? Yeah, let's add 10% to that. Oh, it's not supposed to be fair, and you shouldn't have made any money off of it. And let me show you why you shouldn't have made any money. And what we're going to do with that money is we're not going to keep it ourselves. We're going to go up to everybody that you defrauded, and we're going to go buy them a home that you took away from them. Yeah, that would have been the proper response from the government. But yeah, we don't get that. We do not get this. Yeah, they were double dipping on the loan foreclosures. You know it. You know it. Mr. Phillips, this too shall pass. Truth, Mr. Phillips. Very true. But seeing that the FTX is being looked at that, why is FTX being looked at that as in the Bitcoin space though? So being FTX is a crypto exchange, they have a lot of assets under management. And the FTT coin that they were utilizing on their platform, they were over leveraging. And fucking CZ from Binance caught wind of this and fucking caught them with their pants down and fucked them. I'm not a fan of CZ too much, but that one gets a fucking applause from me. I take that. I respect that maneuver. That is fucking business. That is cutthroat business in a cutthroat industry. You want to sit there and play on the exchange, the exchange arena? Well, guess what? You're playing on with corporatists, people who are used to playing with government regulations. And just to top it all off, the CEO of FTX was not a fan of the crypto space anyway. He was a fucking phony in the space. And he was just basically in it for the cash. So yeah, he got fucked. And Binance helped them out. So Binance is going to sit there and scoop up their assets. Yeah, that's some of the reasons why it hit into the market like this. That's not the only reason, though. Not the only reason. There are so many different things that have come up to this issue. But to see that Binance CZ is the one that caught FTX with its pants down, fucking brilliant. And it's like, and I look at the both of them as being fucking shitcoiners, right? At the end of the day, they're shitcoiners, the both of them, CZ and fucking the dude from FTX, right? Fucking FTX like the OG fucking shitcoin, which is the US dollar. Fuck them. You want dollars? Be broke. get in line with get in the bread line with all the other broke motherfuckers in the dollar. And then you got CZ just playing a fucking boss move on that one. Yo, bravo. Exactly, Mr. Phillips. It's like fucking mic drop. Fucking Binance, fucking CZ sells off the FTT coin and then turns around and makes an offer on FTX. Boom! That's what it's all fucking about, guys. And I think that has to do with some of the extra drop in the Bitcoin price, guys. Kind of all of this happening right with the midterm cycle and the election setting. And all markets have pulled back. I don't care what fucking market you're looking at. They've all made pullbacks coming up to this midterm elections in the United States. Thank God they're done. All right, whales, back in the pile. Will Bitcoin rebound back to the $21,000 mark? Oh, yeah. I think what we're seeing is just a shakeout moment. Realistically, CZ will take control of FTX. It will absorb everything. Nobody's going to sell anything. We're good to go. That's just my thought pattern on this. So I think we just saw an extra pullback from some of this, not completely all due to this. I'll get to that right now. So console. And then you have Elon Musk sells 4 billion Tesla shares since the Twitter takeover. Now people are speculating that he'll start selling off more of his crypto holdings. I think the wallet is very known. I don't think he's going to sit there and sell off really anymore. I think he was just sitting there selling off what he needed to be able to make the Twitter buyout the way that he did it. So we'll have to see on that one. There is too many grumblings of good things happening on Twitter side, NFT sales being done on Twitter. They're talking about Bitcoin and Doge being utilized on Twitter. Those two are being speculated. NFT is a little bit more, yes, you'll be able to transfer them through. Not that you're going to have a sales department on there for NFTs. No. They're just going to allow user-to-user transfers utilizing Twitter. So be careful with that shit. There are a lot of drains. So do not fucking click on anything unless you can 100% verify that it's fucking legit and from somebody you know. And then you can verify them off of the platform, not on Twitter, but on another platform. Hey, did you send this to me? Before you fucking click on it, get at least 3 confirmations in 3 different areas, if you're able to, but at least 2 different spots. This way you can verify who you are talking to and make sure it's not somebody impersonating, all that good stuff, guys. Make sure if this ever goes through, this will be an exploit fucking waiting to happen. But I think that with that being set aside, Elon Musk on Twitter, people are now getting all hyped back up about Dogecoin again, which is a good thing. I like that. Why? Because I've got many Doges. I'm mining Litecoin and Dogecoin. With Dogecoin being up, I earn more. I earn more at the Family Mine LLC. Yo, what up, dude? It's like I got a prediction that Bitcoin will be at its lowest about 11,000, and if everything swings correctly, we'll probably see about 95,000 per coin. Sonia, those are some pretty big predictions there. I will sit there and say that we will see about 12.5 to 13.5. We'll see in that little range on the bottom end. And then we should explode back to at least 21,000 up to 65,000, I think. It's hard to predict the upper range limit. If it blows through my range limit, I'll be happy. I will not complain, I swear to God. But I think that we'll drop down to about 12.5 and then pop back up to about 21. Maybe hold there for a second and before we hit the next dog leg up. But that also depends on what the rest of the stock market does. People want to say that stock market and crypto are not correlated. People are playing both sides. All the big dogs are already here. I'm just telling you guys. The big dogs are here. They are playing it. That's why we're seeing such big gross swings right now. Unless we see a gigantic sell-off, don't worry, guys. 12.5 is fine to me. Fuck, dude. Let it go down to 3,500. I will fucking sell everything that's not nailed down in my house to get that sweet Bizity Bitcoin before it pops back up. That's me. I'm not telling you what to do, but that's what I'm doing. Like, Mr. Phillips, I'm just a miner at low electricity cost. L7s are dipping great. Also, Cadena. Nice. Yeah, I do Litecoin, Bitcoin, and some GPU spec mining. But yeah, I'm getting bigger into the Bitcoin mining side of it. But I do that. Ethereum Classic. I try to support all of them. I really do. Oh, did you guys hear that fucking Bitmain? If you guys don't watch the crypto mining summit that Bitmain was hosting, Bitmain, if you pay in ETC right now, you'll get like a 5% discount on all your units that you buy. Yo, that helps out. But I think my business partner has one of the let's see here, one of the Kadena miners from Gold Shell, one of the standard ones. I forget it. Look, it's like it's in the mini fucking Doge case style. Life of Rian. Now is the time to sell if you need to accumulate some losses for tax purposes. time to harvest some negative tax losses. 100%, babe. Oh, nice, Mr. Phillips. Nice. So you were a little ahead in the game. You started about 4 years before me. So you got a nice head start on me. Awesome, Phillips. Love it. Love it, love it. It's like shit, dude. Man, hit me up if you're not in Discord, man. I got links down below. I'd love to have you in the Discord with us. Maybe even if you're wanting to. I don't know if you'd be willing to, but I love having discussions with OG Bitcoin miners. Maybe do a guest appearance if you're since you're an OG. If you don't want to, I understand. Some people like to stay anonymous, and that's perfectly fine. Oh, Sonia, you started just before me. I mean, just before me. Damn. Oh, went through the BitConnect. Heartbreak. Yeah. That was a little. It's like, yes, most definitely. Nice. Awesome, Mr. Phillips. Awesome. Boom. That's what I like. Awesome. Thank you. Get an OG's viewpoint on the market here. That would be awesome. But yeah, hit me up in Discord. I got links down below to the Family Mind Discord. Love to get you in there. And then talking about some more of that, it's like people are looking at the financial aspect of things. Germany's financial regulators is ordering Coinbase to address business organization practices. This is a whole lot of if anybody talks about this is a whole lot of blah 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 blah, paperwork. So the European side of Coinbase has just got to basically do a few more. They have to set up the regulate. They're basically wanting the regulations that we have here on Coinbase over there now. That's all it really is at the end of the day. And Germany is not happy that it's not happening that fast. They're like, well, you already got it. Why can't you implement it right now? It's like, we have to code some more stuff here because that is in English and Spanish. You're German. So they're probably sitting here rewriting everything to recode it in for the new language. And then they can sit there and kind of upload it, and then do everything that they need to do on that side. With the interface side of things. Now on the back side of it, it's just how they're filing the paperwork with the Germans' banking system and how they're providing financial services. So they just don't like how they're organizing it. They want it more organized like how they do it for the United States. And they're just like, okay, give me a moment. We'll get up onto that. They said that the effect went in October 27th. And they're pissed off still because it hasn't happened instantaneously. They're kind of dragging their feet a little bit. I don't know with the order, did they have a grace period of when they were supposed to have this implemented by? Usually there's a term a turn point where it's like, okay, by this date you have to have it done. Seeing that they're doing it late in the year, I would say that they would give them at least a month to the end of the year to make it right. So to see them hit them up after a month, okay, I guess I can understand it, but it hasn't been a full month. But you know, it was supposed to be in effect by the 27th, and they still haven't done it. So I'm not sure. A lot of times you see stuff like this, and it's just a big company takes longer to get implementations out. So if somebody's sitting there going, well, this is the reason why you know, people are having issues. No. You know, Coinbase has nothing to do with this at all. Guarantee you. Let's see here. And then, you know, it's like, and with all the markets, you would think that, you know, most markets, people are not being affected that badly. Even Mark Zuckerberg is laid off 11,000 employees. Market's not doing good enough to be able to keep everybody employed. Market's fucking retracting right now. And as the Federal Reserve keeps on upping the interest rates, the corporate interest rate, we're going to see more of this happening and more of this happening. Basically, Jerome Powell wants to sit there and raise that corporate tax rate until people lose their jobs. He literally said it. He wants you to lose your job. Is basically what he wants you to be. He wants you to be poor, broke, and possibly homeless. Why? Because in his ivory tower, it'll never happen to him. Ain't that nice of him? So, yeah, I don't see anybody really getting away from all of the pullbacks in the market, but I think everybody will be fine on the other end of this. I think this is just a short-term pain for long-term gain. Again, the Federal Reserve and the government, their only thing that they want to make sure is that the stock market always goes up by any means necessary. So if it starts to pull back too hard, you'll see them go right back into quantitative easing that quickly. We already watched Britain do this. I'm waiting for some other countries to start doing going back into quantitative easing, and yeah, we're gonna dig the hole deeper, guys. So our governments want to blindside, you know, everybody in the world, going, oh no, you see, inflation is a world problem. It's not just us. It's not that everybody at the same time was printing money, which caused the problem, and it's also Putin. It's the stupidest thing. It's like a whole bunch of children fucking blaming everybody else that it's not their fault. It's like, no, it's directly your fault. And then all your crony capitalist buddies sat there and just compounded the problem. And now you're gonna double down. Congratulations, right? Oh my fucking god. So, with all of this being said, you know, it's like, where are we looking at in the market? You know, it's like that's going to be the thing that everybody wants to know. Where, you know, is it doom and gloom right now? Is Bitcoin truly dead? And when you look at the chart like this, you see two Roman candles just dropping. There's two things that I'm enjoying with this. One, we have short wicks on the timeline. My timeline is I've got the timeline as each one of these candles is a one full day. So in the course of 2 days, we are seeing a consistent drop. I think we'll see tomorrow up to the next 9 days. I think after 9 days, we're going to see a market reversal. That's my prediction here. About nine-ish days. It's not, don't take me verbatim. It's not fucking perfect science. But whenever you look at most cycles, it usually goes either 3 or 9 days. 3 or 9 days to complete a market cycle. It's like, nah, BTC's dead. Nah. Yeah, vicious cycles of politics and fiat markets. 100%, Mr. Phillips. 100%. I totally agree with you. And Bitcoin being dead, nah. It's like I wouldn't be here in mining that sweet busy Bitcoin if I thought Bitcoin was gonna fucking die anytime soon. If people don't understand businesses, this is how businesses work, right? You start up a company. If you survive 2 years, it means you're going to last another 4. If you last 4 years, you're going to last 10. If you last 10 years, you're guaranteed to last another 20. Because it'll take that long to actually drop off. I mean, you would have to have like a zero-sum gain on value. And if you last 10 years, it's foreseeable that you should last out another 10 to 20 more years before you drop down to zero. No market, I mean, unless it's a scam. Scams go straight down. But a good business model, even if they were to cut production, they can ride out that cycle for another 10 years before they're out of money. That's just usually how markets work with an individual company. So with Bitcoin, it'll be another at least 12 years before we have to worry about Bitcoin going to zero. With that being said, you guys can sit there and breathe easy that you have at least 5 years to play with this without having any worry about, am I going to lose all my money? Guaranteed. With that Bitcoin. As soon as you get into that 10-year point, depending on how the market is. Now, if the market moves on past Bitcoin and they no longer see Bitcoin of value of store of value, then we'll start seeing Bitcoin drop profusely. But there's nobody that's not seeing this as a store of value except for your bankers and your gold bucks. Those are the only two people that don't see any kind of value behind it. Outside of like somebody like my dad who just doesn't understand it. That's a different story. Oh yeah, El Salvador has been buying like crazy, and so many people. I wonder how the EU is looking at that. I would really be curious on how the EU is looking at it with Nayib Bukele sitting there and buying more with that sweet busy Bitcoin to back up his Bitcoin volcano bonds. Yo, to power up the first all Bitcoin city. Oh, my man with the mic drop. Nayib Bukele in El Salvador. And he's cleaning up his fucking country. He's on his way to becoming the modern day George Washington. I'm just going to put it out there like that. It's like Bitcoin will be here for 200 more years. Bro, I like your thinking. I fucking love you now. But yeah, man, I mean, it depends on how you want to look at it. I mean, I look at it as until the last Bitcoin is mined, you're going to see this huge game with it. If the value of Bitcoin drops and the last Bitcoin hasn't been mined, you're just going to have less miners in the pool fighting for that same last Bitcoin. Otherwise, Bitcoin will be $10 million, and each Satoshi they earn is another dollar in their wallet. That there will be some true OG shit. Yeah, it will be here, and there'll be full adoption here soon. I believe so too. We're seeing more and more countries getting on board with that sweet busy Bitcoin. That is 100% correct. Cleanup is crazy. I'm definitely going for dual citizenship. Bro, I've thought of the same fucking thing. I'm not sure what the last time I looked at it, now Bitcoin was a lot better in pricing. I can get full-blown citizenship in El Salvador for, it was like 2.5 Bitcoin. And be dual citizenship over there. Nayib Bukele would let me in. But anybody else got any other comments or questions before I head up out of here? Guys, definitely don't forget to smash that Lizardy like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification, all that good stuff. Share this out on your favorite social media. It helps me get the word out to more of you awesome people. And definitely everybody, while you're thinking of, if you don't have a question, drop FA in the Chizzity chat, because you guys are rated F for fucking awesome. Yo! So everybody drop FAs in the Chizzity chat if you got no other questions. Otherwise, I'm gonna roll up out of here, guys, because you guys are awesome. This is a lot of good knowledge I gave you. It's just food for thought to all of you people. That, you know, it's like, this is how I'm looking at the market. A lot of the stuff, you know, is a normal market cycle, really. It's like a cycle within a cycle. We have the election cycle within a bear market cycle, which added a double bear market on top of it. So we have an election bear market plus a normal bear market, plus some turmoil within the cryptocurrency, causing even more downward pressure, even more, how can I put it? Consumer confidence, I would say, put it that way. As there's a lot of turmoil in a market, you lose consumer confidence. When the consumer confidence is lost, market pulls back. So I think that's what we're going through. Nothing to worry about, guys. Definitely, I would say hold pace with what you're doing. Would I be adding into markets right now? No. Did I? Yes. But was it a bad thing? No. I'll wait for, it's like, technically I probably should have waited until tomorrow to purchase some more Bitcoin, to see that Bitcoin held its line, because it could break down even further right now. I'm not seeing anything that's saying that it is turning back into a buying opportunity. Everything I see right now is showing that it has the potential of still dropping. So what I'll end up doing is I'll take that Bitcoin that I just purchased and I'll move it, and it'll go into the HODL wallet, because we're going to go blowing right past it again. So, I mean, I'm not worried about that. I'm buying cheap Bitcoin right now. It's on sale. You know, it is what it is. Nice, Mr. Phillips. Nice. Love it, love it, love it. Thank you, my man. I look forward to having some discussions with you. I really do. I look forward to it. All that good stuff. Oh, and for anybody, before I take up off out of here, if you're into 3D printing, and it's like I do have a few videos where I was doing time-lapse videos with my 3D printing. If you guys missed that, there was a reason for it that I had to stop. With my 3D printing, I was having an issue with my printing head, that it was like printing out little goobers. And I think it's because my printing head just wasn't, my printing head shroud for the parts cooling fan was broken. Tried to print something that was a little different, I would have to put a different fan on there, basically. So instead of trying to bash my head against the wall to try to figure out what I need to do in order to fix everything the right way, I decided to get a whole new printer head for basically $100. I just got it today. I ordered it like a week ago. The price on it finally dropped, thankfully. So I've got a Creality printer, and oh, this thing is so nice. Oh, so this is an all metal hot end. That thing is chungus. All metal hot end on here, guys. So that's really nice. Capable of 300 degrees Celsius. So pretty much I can print anything that I want. That is like really cool shit. Comes with cables. I gotta basically rewire everything, which is fine. I'm okay with that. Everything is labeled for, you know, hey, this is a fan. Positive. We have, oh wow, what's this? There's so many different plugs on here. Plugs, we got the plugs. Came with a few extra tips on there, screws. A whole new bracket assembly, a new trunnion. So I'll have to figure out how to do this. As soon as I get this up and running, I'll have to update my software on my Creality 3D printer. And as soon as I got it back up and running and printing out parts really good again, you guys are going to start seeing some more 3D printing from me. Get that out underneath. You need to sit down all the way so I can close the lid. There. Bam. So, like Fantex T30 fans. Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking about that too. Just getting better fan, but man, this little thing goes up to 300C. I can print anything I want now. Yo. So I'll just have to figure out how to put this together. I love modifying my 3D printer. My 3D printer is heavily modified already. So I'm just going to go the one extra step, and now it's going to be a baller printer that I can print with any material out there. I'll be able to do my flexibles. I'll be able to do my the fiber prints on there. So, you know, control pews, 80% lowers can be printed with this, with high quality 3D print filament. Yo! Car stuff, or household. I fucking, bro, I even print out anything for mining gear. So basically, if I'm printing stuff and Crypto Crag, if you need something printed, let me know. Hit me up. I will print it for you. Like, I will print stuff for rigs. I will print stuff around the house. I'll print stuff for my cars. You can do pews with it. This will allow me to do anything I want. There's a reason why I did this. So oh, those look cool too. I don't have that. One of the metal 3D printers. That would be so cool. Basically, they're using, I'm not sure what metal they're using. I would think it'd be aluminum, and it's just a really fine wire. That really thin gauge wire and a print head that can get you're probably looking at 700-800C, so that you can guarantee that you're getting molten instantaneously. Yeah, I know, it's really cool stuff. So if you love 3D printing, as soon as I get this all together on my 3D printer, we will definitely get this get this going. This isn't directly for my 3D printer, but one thing I love about Creality, everything is modifiable. And that's what we're gonna do here, guys. Yo! It's killing me that I haven't been able to 3D print because it creates boogers on everything. It makes the print look like shit. It's bridging. It's oozing all this bad shit, and the only thing I can do at this point. And whenever I was first looking at them, this thing was like $200. It finally dropped down in price. It's down at $100. I was like, sold. So the Sprite Extruder Pro Kit from Creality for my Ender 3 version 2. So if you guys are looking for playing around with that stuff, I got you. We'll bring back the time-lapse video, because, man, I had fun actually producing a lot of those time-lapse. Because, you know, I just set up a nice sick beat and then, you know, play with the time-lapse. And, you know, nice, awesome. Been looking into 3D printing, build custom PCs. Nice, yeah. Yeah, maybe we can help each other if you build custom PCs. Maybe I might be able to, you know, of course for a fee, but nothing outrageous. I can print up the parts that you need. Just saying. Oh yeah, I've seen those, dude. That is pretty cool. Where it's using this special quick set concrete, and it's like a big giant 3D printer that they just put down. I only know of one company doing that, and it was a long time ago that I heard about them. I'm not sure how well they did. I wish them the best of luck. It was a cool concept, bro. Totally cool to just print a house. But it looked like it was like pooping out a building. I'm just saying. Like, you're talking about, you know, 6-inch round nozzle, dude. All right. Well, if anybody doesn't have any other comments or questions, Mr. Phillips, yeah, hit me up in Discord. If you need anything 3D printed, bro, for a small fee, if it's like a production run, you need a bunch of parts. You pay for the electric and material, and I'm good. You know, that's basically how it'll go down. I've got a metric, so if I can get and if you have an ST file for the parts you need printed up, I can put that in, see how much PLA that it'll you know, PLA or whatever material you want to print it up out of, whatever color, and I can look at that plus add in my electricity into it, and that'll be what I bill you. To you too, Mr. Phillips. To you too. All right, my dudes. Well, we are past that 1 hour marker. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Smash that Lizzie like button as always. As always, may your hash be high and your watts be low. Peace out, stay savage, and I'll see you, of course, on the next one. Yo!